Inter-office memo from loop observation to PSYOPs. Subject: I'm worried about the Batman. Since Asset Catwoman escaped the loop, Asset Batman has displayed a single-minded determination to follow her, bordering on mania. Needless to say, he does not remember Catwoman. His memory, like that of all assets, is lost when the storm resets with the conclusion of each loop. Granted, this subject has left himself numerous notes to remind him of past events, but the obsessive manner in which he constantly improves himself in order to dispatch opponents as quickly as possible suggests far more than the abstract, dispassionate following of a plan. It feels personal. While I realize it's impossible to wipe a subject's emotional memory as decisively as their conscious memory, perhaps your department can adjust the settings. I do realize Asset Batman is a special case, and you'll be reluctant to do anything that might dull his edge, or otherwise interfere with our agenda with him. However, the degree to which he keeps improving has become alarming. He's completely focused on defeating all the other combatants, then getting to the epicenter of the storm before the loop cycle completes. Of course, the possibility that this subject would deduce the method for escaping the loop was anticipated, expected even. But even with the measures we've taken to make sure things adhere to our preferred schedule, and the fact that it takes him longer to defeat the others without Catwoman's aid, it still appears he might succeed before we're fully ready. He nearly escaped in his last 3 attempts. My department's ability to slow him down is rapidly diminishing. If you can't assist in the area of memory manipulation, please join me in urgent acquisitions to approve my recommendation to them in an expedited manner. With all that's happened around here lately, and the challenges inherent when working remotely, this is not a time to take chances. Inter-office memo from loop observation to acquisitions. Subject: Thank you. Just writing to express my appreciation for moving so fast. As I mentioned in my last memo, the situation with Asset Batman was quickly becoming untenable. But I think our quick action has righted the ship. I can admit now that I harbored some doubts it would work. Asset Batman has knocked down everyone and everything we've thrown at him, even those with unique and unparalleled skill sets. I was initially afraid that might be the case here too, not that we had any other viable choice. But the results speak for themselves. Early indications are that we're getting exactly what we need from Asset Snake Eyes. These two are perfectly matched. Both use a staggering mix of fighting styles I've never seen before in these particular combinations. Both are relentless, skilled, calm in the face of combat, and, I'll say it, brilliant. It's like watching the finest artists working together to create a masterpiece. In fact, under other circumstances, their talents would worry me. Given time, these two would definitely figure out they're being manipulated, and probably uncover things we'd rather they didn't. Luckily, every 22 minutes the storm wipes the slate clean, and they start all over again. The two of them meeting as if for the first time, remembering nothing, and we get a new fight the likes of which no one's ever seen before. We should start selling popcorn. Inter-office memo from loop observation to archives. Subject: Has this ever happened? Something is occurring in relation to the encounters between Asset Batman and Asset Snake Eyes, and I've never witnessed it before. You've seen the unofficial highlight reels I've been sending. just for entertainment. Sometimes these two fight for the entire length of the loop, doing things that would exhaust assets from most any other origin point, including their own. I know we're watching something special. You know it. But could beings with no memory longer than 22 minutes know? Sorry, I forgot to mention why I'm asking. It's the other assets. They've stopped fighting. Inner office memo from loop observation to PsyOps. Subject: emotional retention. As we've discussed, while the asset's memories are wiped at the end of each loop, we know emotions can carry over. This isn't usually a problem, and that aside from rare exceptions like Asset Batman and Asset Catwoman, they have no prior emotional connection. And this is hardly the environment to form one. But I guess what I'm wondering is this. Is respect an emotion? And could it stick? This is not my area of expertise. Please advise. Inter-office memo from loop observation to acquisitions. Subject: concerns. The more I watch Assets Batman and Snake Eyes, the more I worry. I hope I'm being paranoid. Frankly, I'm hoping you'll tell me as much. But better to raise the question now than wish we had later. We're all aware that assets often band together for the sake of convenience. But these alliances are ephemeral when it comes to being the last one standing at the end of the road. They know there can be only one, and they have no reason to care what happens to the others. Which is why I want to confirm with you that there's never been an example of beings from different origin points uniting for any significant duration. Inter-office memo from loop observation to archives. Subjects: hand signals, urgent. I'm sending you still shots of hand signals two assets made to each other. I understand sign languages from several source worlds, but not this one. Can you translate? Assets are not from the same point of origin, yet somehow appear to comprehend each other, so it must be a language or code used on multiple source worlds. Reply is needed ASAP, because if these assets are able to communicate and plan, or worse, collaborate, it could present serious... Inter-office memo from loop observation to all senior partners. Subject: Assets Batman and Snake Eyes summary evaluation. The tactic of putting Asset Snake Eyes against Asset Batman was successful. Relatively speaking, despite buying us less time than anticipated. However, with unpredictable beings like this, it's probably safe to say that the unexpected is exactly what we should have expected. Inter-office memo from loop observation to extra loop observation. Subject: incoming asset. Be advised that Asset Batman is inbound. You are welcome to contact me with any questions or concerns. I wish you the best of luck. One general recommendation: if anything strikes you as noteworthy, don't hesitate to share it with the rest of us immediately. We're all in these positions due to our ability to handle unusual, unpredictable situations. But you must remember, we are stronger together than apart. I will be taking some much-needed personal time as of tomorrow, but will continue to regularly monitor communications and be available for consultation. Loop observation out.
Don't do anything stupid. No sudden moves, or she's dead.